Was. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. What else is there? Let's do bang. Bang. So we've got a couple people in here. What's going on, everyone? What is everybody's fragrance of the day today? Today, I am wearing, this is Lattafa Amir Al Oud Intense Oud. It's a clone of Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. Now, this fragrance, to me, smells pretty much one-to-one to By the Fireplace, but this one outperforms By the Fireplace on my skin. Not by like 4 hours or anything crazy like that, but probably like an extra hour or two of longevity and about an extra foot of projection. Maybe the same projection, but slightly better projection. But really, really good. And this is like a quarter of the price. Hamp Prod, what's going on, man? How's your day going? My scent of the day is Ibere, with the Giant Connoisseur, Eggs the Haroff. I really want to try that one. I really, really do want to try that one. I do know a guy who has a bottle, and he says he likes it, but he doesn't love it, so he might be willing to get rid of it. If he were to let go of that bottle, I would definitely try to pick it up, just because, you know, I have Sunkissed Island from here, from that release, so I'd like to get more. Dork, hey, Bunny Man. First of all, you don't have your name. Second of all, you don't have a picture of yourself. You don't put yourself on the internet. Bunny Man, you're the dork here. And what's even... Why? Like, why even come in and say that, dude? It's almost Christmas time. I figured maybe, you know, you'd be nice. Maybe you have something good going on in your life, but it seems like you don't. So, Bunny Man, sorry, your life is miserable. But yeah, wearing Amir Al Oud Dweeb. See, bro, this is what I hate, because it's like, all I try to do is talk about fragrances. Anyways, I don't know. I think he came in here thinking he's going to, like, crush my heart and make me, like, end the stream real quick and be like, no, oh my God, he called me a dork. Anyways, but yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone having a better day than Bunny Man. Obviously, he's not having a very good day. We're going to go Kamarkawa and Tiramisu Speculoos. So we are doing fragrance battles. We are doing budget fragrance battles. So realistically, everything on this list, like $50 max. Hip hop, how do I say it? Badarija? I probably mispronounced that. I'm sorry. How are you doing? And correct me if I did say that wrong. I believe I did. For real, there's always one person who thinks they're above everyone else. Exactly. And it's like in the end, like what? I'm just talking about fragrances, you know? Like I'm not doing anything wrong. Gamer, what's going on? How's your day going? But yeah, that is one thing I did have to learn, you know, doing content and stuff. Like, you just gotta let stuff go. Some stuff isn't worth just, you know, some stuff isn't worth your day getting ruined over it, for sure. Yeah, this is a good matchup right here. How I sub. Well, there should be a button up here. I don't know if there is. But if you guys have not subbed, please make sure to drop a sub. Make sure to drop a like. I do a giveaway at every 1,000 subscribers. So I'm thinking for this next giveaway at 5K, I will be doing a Lattafa Kamarkawa giveaway. Really, really good fragrance here. Yeah, it is a budget fragrance, but really good for the cool weather. So if you guys are interested in joining my giveaway when I do it and supporting me, drop a sub, drop a like, and wait for the giveaway. No worries, brother. I appreciate it. Layer Paradise Garden. Ooh, I don't have Paradise Garden. I do have Hawas Tropical, but I don't have Cedrat Boisé, unfortunately. I need to get that one. Only Mancera I have here is Mancera Instant Crush, but I used to have Red Tobacco, which I hated, and Tonka Cola, which I loved at first, but it changed up randomly, and I do not like that one. What's happening, bro? Chief of DC, what's going on? Gub Ella. Hello, do you like ladybugs? Ladybugs are cool, yeah, for sure. Are you a gamer? I'm a decent amount of a gamer for sure. I'm mainly like an Xbox player. I've had every single Xbox except like a Series X, but I have a Series S, and I played a bunch of Xbox One, Xbox 360, Xbox Original, PS4, PS3, PSP, some VR. I've always been a pretty decent gamer. $230 budget. What fragrance should you get to buy me compliments? So this is like one of my biggest recommendations. So Spiro Vibrato. Vibrato is just a good year-round scent. With this fragrance, you primarily get a ginger and grapefruit combo, but you also get a little woodsy background, kind of a green powdery background. Super good fragrance though. Just like a juicy grapefruit with a nice kind of spicy but still fresh ginger in there. This is around like, it's hard because the price kind of fluctuates. Anywhere from I'd say 170 to 200 would be a good price for this fragrance. With it being Christmas, I wouldn't be surprised if this fragrance did go up in price a little bit. Since a lot of people are going to be buying gifts. So maybe wait a little bit, see if in a week or something like that, the price goes down. But yeah, Vibrato, anywhere from like 170 to 200, I think is a great price for this fragrance. It lasts a long time on my skin. It's such a good fragrance. I have a PS5. There you go. I love, I've played on a PS5 before, and I loved the like sticky triggers because I was playing Hell Let Loose, and I went to like pull the trigger on the gun, and it like I had to like actually push it down. Mancera makes really good smelling fragrances, but the performance is terrible. Interesting. I'd say a lot of people kind of have like almost an opposite reaction. I would say a decent amount of people would say like they have really good performance, but the scents are a little below average. But of course, it's just opinion based, which is the beautiful thing with fragrances. Trying to do this freaking matchup here. Okay. 2-2, and I need to finish it off. Do I have something fresh here? Oh god, I don't have like anything good here. Let's do. No. What matchup am I trying to make? Let's do Mont Blanc Legend and Twist River. Sure. What was my scent of the day? My scent of the day today was Lattafa Amir Al Oud Intense Oud. Really good clone of By the Fireplace. I enjoy it a lot. Check Maple Prime for Vibrato. Yes, who was asking? Some guy. Check Maple Prime. Sure. I've never heard of it, but if they have a good deal, might need to get it there. Wow. Just finished wrapping Ice and Fire for your nephews for Christmas. Dude, there you go. Great uncle right there. I have Ice. It's such a good fragrance. My guy friend wants some fragrances, doesn't know where to start, loves floral and musky stuff. What should he get? Floral and musky. I mean, if he does like a decent amount of florals, Instant Crush is a great fragrance. It would start him out with a niche fragrance. It's not too expensive, under $100. This fragrance, you get a lot of florals, you get some saffron. If you've ever smelled anything that's like cloning Baccarat Rouge, it's the kind of vibe you get with this one, but it's the most masculine interpretation of Baccarat Rouge I have personally tried. Are you an adult or a teenager? I'm a teenager. I'm only 17 years old. Good evening, Mike. Good evening, Tiki Taki. Rasasi Hawass. Ice Annie, Imagination Clone. Imagination clones would be great as well. Full House and Aqua Dubai are both good ones, although they're not the most most floral, which is why I tried to get something a little more floral. I've not tried anything from Le Labo. No, unfortunately. Well, okay, thank you so much. I'm subscribing. Hey, Gub Ella, I appreciate that. Are you gay? I'm assuming this person's trying to say, are you gay? But either they're worried that they're going to get banned or something. Or they're saying, are you getting something? And they just like put it in and it like randomly sent. I guess we'll see in a minute if they leave another comment. All right, let's start with the fragrance battles. 16 fragrances here, 8 different matchups, and these fragrances are all under 50 bucks. So if you see something here on this list you like, chances are it won't be too expensive. 16 fragrances, 8 matchups. I just said that. I don't know why I felt the need to repeat it. Massage is so good. What is that one? What does it smell like? How often do you go live? So I try to go live as often as I can. Normally, I would say anywhere from like 1 time a week if I like cannot get a live done, but normally anywhere from like 2 to 4 lives a week, I would say. And obviously like weekends and stuff, I try to go live more. Pretty much like my guaranteed safe day though is Sunday. Most Sundays I'll be able to, be at home, chill, and do a live. So the first matchup we have here is Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum going up against Twist River. Now, I bet a decent amount of people in here have not smelt Twist River, but based off of the description I give to this fragrance, if you like it, don't be afraid to vote for it, because one thing I do notice is if someone hasn't tried something, they try not to vote for it, but I like voting kind of based off a description. Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum. This is just like clean, year-round, masculine sort of scent. You get a little bit of pepper, like a peppery vibe. You get a woodsy vibe. You get a nice kind of citrus vibe with a little bit of florals in there as well. Nice violet leaf note. And I don't like leather, but there is a leather note in here, which I do enjoy. But it's just a little more woodsy, not super like crazy leathery. And then Twist River, this is a clone of Creed's Silver Mountain Water. With this fragrance, top notes of bergamot, neroli, and mandarin. Middle notes of blackcurrant, tea, and an ozonic accord. And base notes of sandalwood, musk, and ambergris. So this is just a really, really good fragrance. I never tried anything with the Silver Mountain Water DNA, but this really did kind of set me up for success, I feel like. My expectations for that DNA is pretty good. The most comparable thing to me is like a Beast Mode CK1. Just very, very clean, citrusy, easy to like. Both of these fragrances, great year-round fragrances. You can get great compliments with them. Collect Perfumes, you have over 200. You love learning more about all fragrances. You're a great YouTuber. I appreciate the compliment. And 200, wow, that is a lot. I think set around 70 at my highest, but I downsized because I had a lot of stuff I just didn't really enjoy. But yeah, 200, wow, that's crazy. Bro, it's a steal, cheap imagination clone. Even French Montana uses it. Insane performance, 90% accuracy. Wait. Massage? I've never heard of that one. I've heard of like Marwa, but that's the only Louis Vuitton imagination clone I've heard of that starts with M. Unless it's like a newer one, or I just somehow haven't heard of it. You like FNAF? The FNAF franchise is good. Do you have these fragrances to show? Yes, every single fragrance I have in here, I will either have a full bottle, or on the off chance, which I don't have any in this matchup, but I can also talk about like some little samples and stuff, but I try really not to talk about fragrances and stuff that I don't have, that I can't show. I feel like if I have the fragrances, it makes me a little more trustworthy. People just be typing stuff in the chat. Exactly. Mocon, what's going on? Mocon, welcome back. Welcome back, man. It's been a minute since you were in a live before you joined the last one. Glad to see that you're been sick. Mocon, that's not good. Gotta go rest. Mocon, feel better, man. Merry Christmas if you celebrate that, and thank you for stopping in. War mode, bro. What does that mean? You should show your top 3 dupes of actual colognes. Well, okay. Here, let's see. First of all, Legend EDP1, 60% to 40%. My top 3 clone fragrances, great question there. I would say number 1, probably got to be Full House. This is the Imagination clone. Number 2 I don't really count this one as a clone, but a lot of people say it is a clone. A lot of people say Coconut Lagoon is a clone of like Virgin Island water, so I guess if it's a clone, that's one of my favorites. And This one's just a cheap one, but I can never get enough of this one. Caid Al Farsan, really good fragrance. Just smells like straight up pineapple. So, although that might not be like my actual dead set top 3, that was just kind of 3 that came off quickly. Again, please make sure to drop up a like, drop a sub if you guys have not already. At 5K, I will be doing a giveaway of Lattafa Kamrakawa. So if you want to know when to enter the giveaway and be eligible for the giveaway, drop a sub, drop a like, and show me some support. Shrimp, what's going on? I have to go. Hey, gamer, have a good night. Tried Zara at 3 a.m. I have not. But if I don't come back to the lives, Merry Christmas or Merry Early Christmas. Mokon, I appreciate it. You as well. And feel better, man. Zara weekend 3 a.m. Never tried. I need to try some stuff from Zara. Clothes and fashion-wise. Just recovered from a bad flu a few days ago. Seems like everyone's been getting sick. Yeah, dude, it's bad. It's bad. Especially if you go to like school or something like that. Dude, everyone is sick. Did the most deadly combo, Sauvage Elixir and Lamal Elixir. I've been told Sauvage Elixir and Ultramal is a great combo. I need to try that one. Yeah, Taki Agri, my whole fan. Bye. Hey, Mokon, have a good night. All right, here we have some kind of good, cooler weather scents here in this matchup. We have my fragrance of the day, Lattafa Amir Al Oud, going up against Burberry London. Here we go. Both of these fragrances are great. My Ultramal is empty. Got to get another refill, dude. Halloween Man X, Salvatore Ferragamo, one more good winter ones. I've heard that. I really want to try Halloween Man X. So here we have Lattafa Amir Al Oud Intense Oud. This is my fragrance of the day, and this is a clone of Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. With this fragrance, you get this woodsy, smoky, burnt marshmallow sort of vibe. Smells super, super good. If you've ever smelled By the Fireplace, I mean, at least to my nose, this is a straight up 1-to-1, and it lasts and projects. I'll say it for sure lasts more than By the Fireplace on my skin. Maybe not projects, but the tiniest bit better projection. It's not very noticeable. It's just something I noticed between them. But yeah, really good fragrance here. It's like $20 max. Like, I think even you can find this for like $17. It's crazy cheap on like Amazon or any discounter. Here we have Burberry London. About $40. With this fragrance, there is no pine listed, but it straight up smells like a pine tree or like a Christmas tree. The best way I can describe this fragrance, it smells like it's Christmas morning, right? You can smell the Christmas tree. You have a fire going in like your fire pit, and somebody in your living room or something is smoking like a pipe, right? You get that dry pipe tobacco. Super, super good fragrance right here. Both of these are killer fragrances. But Burberry London just straight up reminds me of Christmas. Now, I don't think I will wear this one for Christmas because I'm getting a fragrance tomorrow because I'm doing Christmas early. So I think with part of my family. So I think I'm going to wear that one instead of London. But London was like my go-to Christmas fragrance for a while. Here we have Amir Al Oud Intense Oud winning 57% to 43%. I mean, I feel like for sure probably more people have smelt London, but great fragrance from both the winning and losing party. If you like Caid Al Farsan, surely like Zara the Weekend 3 a.m. Both are similar taste. What do they smell like? Yes, Shrimp. Been telling Micah about that combo. Chief of DC, I will try it one of these days. I will try. I'm waiting for like a day that I can like kind of have a louder fragrance on, but I also want people to smell me, because you keep saying it's good, and that Hawass Ice Facard combo is killer. So I'm a trust you on this one. I'm gonna probably rock it to like school or something. Favorite budget fragrance, Supremacy Collector's Edition. I've heard that that's good. I for sure need to get my hands on that one. What's up, Micah in chat? Stanford, what's going on? Big W, Stanford. Stanford, how's your day going so far? Ooh, I don't know what just happened to my voice. Stanford made my voice a little weak. Did someone say budget fragrance? I love Off Non Collector's Edition. Budget. I named this live after you. You're welcome. Get it? Budget fragrance battle. You get it? Yeah, I named it right after you. All right. Here we have Kadlaj Shiaka Blue. Shiaka Blue going up against Lattafa's Mahir Legacy. This is a good kind of year-round fragrance matchup here for sure. Just texted Oh, just test it with a 1-to-1 spray ratio. Yeah, I'm gonna go 1-1. What's better, white EDP or Hawas Ice? So, my opinion, Hawas Ice, because I prefer Fakar Black over Wye Eau de Parfum. Even Fakar Black versus Hawas Ice, I'd still go Hawas Ice. In this matchup here, we have Kadlaj Shiaka Blue. Kadlaj Shiaka Blue. You get, where is my freaking box? With this fragrance, you get top notes. This isn't the full notes, but kind of it gives you a good idea. In the top, you get some aromatic, citrus, and green notes. In the heart or middle notes, you get a floral note, orris note, and a rose note. Although there's no rose in this note breakdown, the actual note breakdown is kind of weird. In base notes, you kind of get an ambery, musky, vanilla base. Super, super good fragrance. It's just like a good, clean, more powdery blue fragrance. But to me, the powdery vibe almost gives it this like, I don't know, it almost gives it this like frosted cereal sort of vibe, but at least this like frosted vibe for sure. My bad, I had to put that box back up. But Shiaka Blue, good fragrance. And then Mahir Legacy, this is cloning Parfums de Marly. Well, what is this cloning? Parfums de Marly Sedley. I've smelt Sedley, and I'm going to say Mahir Legacy is much more worth it than Sedley. So with this fragrance, you get just a lot of citrus. You get a slightly woodsy dry down, but this is primarily just like a super, super refreshing citrusy fragrance. I don't get a Sprite opening with this one, but I also don't get like a Sprite opening with Sedley. But yeah, good fragrance. The only difference I can say is this one has a frankincense note in here. I don't know if Sedley has that, but I don't pick up on it in Sedley. And on this one, I do get a little bit more of a frankincense note. But I think it makes it better because Sedley is such like a light scent that I don't feel like it really has enough power. And with Mahir Legacy, that kind of slight warmer changes really does give it enough power. I'm a weirdo. Can't say Ambroxan gives me a headache. Interesting. So can't say Ambroxan. What about like amber and stuff? Because obviously amber and Ambroxan are different, but I believe that Ambroxan is just like, I mean, amber's a synthetic note, but Ambroxan is like a synthetic compound that's supposed to like almost have an ambery scent to it. Shiaka Blue won 67. I'm not doing that. Won 67% to 33%. Good matchup. I mean, I am liking that a lot more people are voting for Shiaka Blue and a lot more people are trying Shiaka Blue. I feel like that's going to kind of naturally happen because Shiaka Snow, Shiaka Shadow are getting a lot of hype. And, you know, people, they're going to be looking for Shiaka Shadow or Shiaka Blue on Amazon. And they're not, or Shiaka whatever, Snow on Amazon, and they're not going to find it. And they'll be like, oh, but here's a blue one, you know, might as well try it. So good fragrance. I'm glad people are coming around to it. Here we have a nice kind of coffee fragrance battle, but two different kinds of coffee. We have oh, my internet's going to be laggy. It shouldn't be. Oh, we're back. It just like disconnected from the internet for a second and went back on. So Kamarkawa versus Tiramisu Speculoos. Hey Micah, how are we doing? Long time no see. Aaron, long time no talking, man. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good, Aaron. Thank you for asking, and happy early Christmas. Get a lightly carbonated club soda citrus vibe. I mean, I don't know. I don't really get it, and I try to kind of imagine that opening, but I just don't really get it. And even like, as I said, I don't even get that opening with Sedley. So it's not like I'm, you know, sad about it or anything. I kind of wish I got that opening, but I still think they're great fragrances. The real Sedley and the clone. Kamarkawa, this one's already getting a lot of votes. With Lattafa Kamarkawa, the note breakdown, you get cinnamon, praline, coffee, candied fruits. You get some floral notes, maybe like an orange blossom or something like that. But super good fragrance. A nice, warm, boozy coffee sort of fragrance. And then with Paris Corner Tiramisu Speculoos, it smells like a tiramisu. I mean, if you've ever smelled a tiramisu, it smells like a tiramisu. Boozy coffee, vanilla dessert, super, super gourmand, super edible as well. I am not a fan of gourmand fragrances. If you guys know me, and quite frankly, if you've seen in my collection, a decent amount of fragrances a decent amount of the fragrances in my collection are fresh fragrances. So it definitely does kind of take a little bit to impress me with a gourmand. This one really did impress me. And even Kamarikawa, I don't count it as like a straight up gourmand, but it's more gourmand than the traditional fragrance I would go for. And both of these ones are great. Kamarikawa won 75% to 25%. Let's see. I had Dior Sauvage, YSL Myself. Off-on Collector's Edition, gave them away. Why would you give away YSL Myself? I mean, I've never personally tried the Collector's Edition, so I can't really speak on it. But, dude, YSL Myself is so good. At least to me, When's Porter starting a Frag channel? I don't know. I know he did, he has a lifting channel and stuff, but he doesn't really post on it. But, I don't know. And he's not that heavy into fragrances. Like, he more or less, he has a little bit of a collection, but he has, 6 fragrances or something like that. Looking to get Memo Leather by Paris, growing into leather fragrances. African leather. I want to try more leather fragrances, but off the ones I have tried, I really don't like leather. I've not tried all the Kamas, only Kawa. Gourmand is a wide spectrum because I assume it could be anything edible. Exactly. I feel like a lot of people think it has to be like a dessert, but like this. Paris Corner Maj Moscow Mule. Smells like a Moscow Mule. Guess what? It's a gourmand fragrance. Even to a certain extent, some fragrances that aren't even marketed as a gourmand fragrance could definitely be considered gourmand, right? Like City Rhythm Redline 2654. This is more of a fresh, sweet, citrusy vanilla. But since I get this sort of Blue Jolly Rancher vibe from it, I could, if I wanted to, I could be like, yeah, this is a gourmand fragrance, and no one could tell me otherwise. And I also feel like so many people need to understand, if something's marketed as gourmand, and you try it and it's not very gourmand, or, wait, what was I even going to say? I kind of had the faintest idea, but I cannot remember the rest of what I was going to say. Anyways, scratch that. Try Dior Sauvage Irish Dunes, new launch. I will check that one out. Irish Dunes. Irish Dunes? There's no sand dunes or anything in Ireland? What are they on? Let's see. We're going to be doing this next one. Great budget vanilla fragrance here. Vanilla fragrances here. We have Fragrance World Amber Eve going up against Hawthorne Frozen Flame. With Amber Eve, you primarily get amber and vanilla, right? This is a clone of Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Grand Soir. Really nice, high quality smelling vanilla and amber fragrance. There is a bitter orange note, or bitter orange blossom, something like that. Very good fragrance though. I mean, this one even got sun damage and I'm still impressed with it. Ooh, such a good fragrance here. You like vanilla, you like amber, chances are you'll like that one. And that one goes for around 17 bucks, but I've seen it as low as 14 bucks. And then Hawthorne Frozen Flame is what it's going up against. 25 bucks, only a 1.7 ounce though. With Amber Eve, you get a 3.4 ounce, but 1.7 ounce. With this fragrance, you get 3 notes. You get white cedar, you get chrome, and black vanilla. Really good fragrance here, right? The chrome note, I feel like a lot of people are kind of worried that it's going to smell like I don't know, like you're licking a metal pole, or it'll smell like pennies or something like that. But it just has this nice, to me, it's like a nostalgic chrome sort of scent. I don't know what I was smelling when I was younger that has chrome on it, or what, metal I was licking and smelling when I was younger, but kind of smells like that to me. Yeah, really good fragrance, and it gets a decent amount of compliments as well. Both of these fragrances have gotten me compliments, but I feel like Amber Eve really got me one of the best compliments ever. It was a good compliment, but it kind of made me a little uncomfortable. This kid in my gym class, right? I had gym first period. I threw this one on my 5 sprays. This kid is following me around. He tells me I smell good. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. And I kept noticing this kid is continuing to be by me, and he keeps walking up to me and smelling me and telling me I smell good. Weird. We were playing kickball, dude. I'm out in the field. Bro walks up and I could hear him smelling me from behind. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you just smell so good. So Amber Eve, if you want random kids sniffing your neck, get that one, I suppose. 80% to 20% here. Get the Night Swim. Reminds me of Cobalt a little bit. I smelt Night Swim. I smelt all of them. Well, maybe not all of them because I know they have more releases, but like the Santal soundtrack, the darker one, Night Swim, and then obviously Frozen Flame. I want to get more Hawthorne fragrances, but I think ideally I would also like to see if I could just like reach out to Hawthorne and see if they can just send me some stuff because they do a lot of PR and stuff. You aren't a true collector until you try Inexcusable Evil. Never gonna try that one. LMAO, next sniff fragrance. Dude, exactly. I didn't know you had Diddy's son in your first period. Dude, I didn't know Diddy's son was a redhead with curly hair. Bro, he's just following me around, sniffing me. I mean, and like, granted, I didn't know this kid the best, but like I knew him a little bit, so it wasn't as bad as just like some random ass kid just like sniffing my neck. But I didn't know this kid that well for him to like follow me around and just tell me how good I smell. So it was a good compliment, and it was like my craziest compliment, but was it worth it? Probably not. Of course, redhead. Yeah, exactly. Redhead. I hate redheads. Here we have Aqua Dubai. This is the most expensive fragrance on this list. Aqua Dubai going up against Moscow Mule. So Aqua Dubai, I guess let's start off with this one because it's the most expensive, around 50 bucks. Maybe a little less than 50 bucks, depending on the bottle. You can get a 2.5 ounce for well under 50 bucks, but if you want like 100 ml, you might have to spend like 54 bucks or something like that. But Aqua Dubai, this fragrance, you get a lot of citrus, some slight woods, not a lot of woods, and I don't even know what woods would be in here, if there are any, but just a lot of citrus. I don't even think there's woods. I think it's more musk, but like a lot of citrus, some musk. This one does have a more expanded fruity vibe. You get like a pineapple note, but I don't really get like a crazy like tropical fruity vibe from this. Like it still smells pretty close to Full House and it smells like Imagination, but this one maybe a little more of like a soapy clean vibe because of that expanded fruity vibe, expanded citrusy vibe. But yeah, really good fragrance here. And then Paris Corner Mauve Moscow Mule. It's a gourmand fragrance and it's obviously supposed to smell like a Moscow Mule. You get a whole bunch of citrus. You get a lot of citrus. You get a nice apple note. You get some woods. And there's no note, like, there's no aldehydes, no, or nothing that would really give me, like, a cooling vibe. Like, yeah, there's ginger in here as well, but it's not, like, super, like, not a whole lot of cooling notes. But there is something in here that smells like ice. Like, it's just very refreshing. I don't know what they did to this fragrance, but when you smell it, like, it smells like you are smelling an iced cocktail. Like, you can kind of feel that cold vibe go to, like, the back of your nose. And here, Aqua Dubai, 60 to 40%. Mike can never wear that fragrance to school again. I wore it to school multiple times since then, and it was weird because every single time I would wear it, I would have somebody walk up and tell me I smell good. Like, it just got me so many compliments. LOL or Diddy. Extra sprays for Ginger Jimmy. Hey, next time I have that kid in my class, I'm wearing that fragrance, I'm going 1,000 sprays. And he will smell me. Sir, what would you recommend? Something like Aesop HWL and CDG Wonderwood. I've never heard of those fragrances at all. What kind of fragrances do you like, Rob? Do you like more clean fragrances, more like desserty fragrances? You tell me the kind of fragrance you'd want to go for, and I can try to recommend you something. Maria, what's going on? Stands in your budget. No high for me. All right. Here we have Lattafa Fakar Black. Let me type. Fakar. I hate it because how does... Okay, so the two autocorrects it just gave me were... I don't know what the first one was, but it tried to autocorrect Fakar to the Dallas the second time. Interesting. I don't know what AI is like trying to infer the, like fill in the rest, but I'm not trying to type Dallas. What's up, Gian? Oh, is this Gian? Gian, what's going on? Might get the Grand Soir, the original, but sometimes Amber's too extreme. I feel that. I feel that. I'd say maybe get Amber Eve if you don't want to like commit to a full bottle of Grand Soir. Want to smell woodsy forest, but on like a Christmas tree or a church. Let me talk about these two fragrances real quick, Rob, because I also need to think about some fragrances that you may like. So give me a second. We have Lattafa Fakara Black. With this fragrance, you get a nice apple note. It's a green apple note. So green apples, some woods, and a nice tonka bean. Just a super nice, clean smelling fragrance. Smells like YSLY, eau de parfum, but pretty much like any YSLY, they all smell the same to me. Up against Rasasi Hawass. Rasasi Hawass, this is a clone of not Invictus Aqua, as many people tried to say, but rather a clone of the original batches of Invictus. With this fragrance, you get some nice little fruity notes. You also get this beautiful, like sugary, aquatic, clean sort of vibe. Smells super good. It's pretty much just like a heavier Invictus EDT with a little bit more spices in it. So great fragrances. Seraphim Red, great pine aquatic fragrance. Does maceration work? Yes, it does, for sure. And the people who tell you it doesn't, they're dumb, because there are literal notes in fragrances that over time develop. They will change a color, like vanilla will turn darker and it'll become a richer scent. Maceration does work. If people sit here, they're like, maceration doesn't do anything, they're just talking out their butts. This one's gonna be good. Okay, so Rob Mack. This is one I would really recommend. This is Hugo Boss bottled EDT, and it's going to be just like a good signature scent. You know, it has enough depth that you could wear it in the cool weather, and it's light enough to wear it in the heat. So Hugo Boss bottled, you get woods, you get plum, you get an apple note, you get a little bit of cinnamon. It's just a good, clean, classy signature sort of scent. Yeah, I love it. I think it's good. It doesn't last like 8 hours on my skin, but actually probably does last about 8 hours on my skin as like a skin scent, maybe a little bit longer, but you know, it lasts me throughout like a day. So I think this one could be good for you, Rob. Merry Christmas, everyone. Don't forget to sub. Sub and like is a free Christmas gift to my gift. Yes, y'all, please make sure to drop a sub and a like if you guys want to get me a Christmas gift. Tiki Taki, what's going on? And LW, how are you doing? Merry Christmas. Dude, I just joined. What the hell? I don't get it. What are you confused about? Azaro Wanted by Night, Woody Boozy, Red Cedar Frag, Vince Camino Porom, a lot of juniper, fresh, nice, almost piney scent. Yeah, see, I would say this guy's name was Rob, right? I'll say Rob. Yeah, Rob. I'd say either Boss Bottled, but well, I would personally say Boss Bottled, but Budget Fragrances also knows what he's talking about, so you could listen to his recommendations. Merry Christmas. Already read that. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, LW. I cannot complain. Rasasi Hawass won 62% to 38%. What's the best winter cologne? Just sub. Hey, Ethan, I appreciate you subbing, man. The best winter fragrance? That's a great question. Because there's a lot, you know, it's kind of hard. I would say last winter, one that I definitely wore a lot. This is Mancera's Instant Crush. It's like a much more masculine Baccarat Rouge, something like that. So that one's beautiful. Also, Stronger With You EDT, my favorite fragrance, my first fragrance. Cinnamon, chestnut, vanilla, smoke, sugar. No, there's no cinnamon in that one. That's Stronger With You Intensely. For Stronger With You EDT, smoke, sugar, sage, lavender, vanilla, and chestnut. Those two fragrances really good. Versace Eros Flame is a great one as well. Sauvage Elixir is great. Ultramel is great. Martha's Vineyard is great. There's too many to recommend, but any of those I listed are great. Ethan, if you're looking for like a recommendation, you can let me know what kind of scent you like, and I could try to find you something based off of that. If you are trying to find something. If you're just asking just to ask, then you're good, man. There it is, facts. Exactly, budget. Here we have Coconut Lagoon going up against Hawass Tropical. Here we go. Coconut Lagoon, Huas Tropical. Coconut fragrance is here. Y'all, coconut is my favorite fragrance note. I think coconut smells absolutely phenomenal. So with Coconut Lagoon, a lot of people say it's a clone of Virgin Island water, but I've never tried Virgin Island water or anything cloning it, so can't say if it is a clone or not. But I've also heard a decent amount of people say it smells nothing like Virgin Island water. But Coconut Lagoon, you get caramel, you get vanilla, you get coconut, obviously, you get watermelon, you get, what else you get? You get some other fruity notes. I'm kind of blanking on them. But yeah, really, really good fragrance. To me, Coconut Lagoon, you get a nice bit of citrus. To me, Coconut Lagoon smells like a coconut sunscreen with a nice lemon note in there. Super, super good fragrance. It's juicy, sweet, super, super tropical. And I love this one because I can throw on, 7 sprays of it, have a nice scent bubble around me, and it lasts a long time if you spray enough. I hate people being like, "Oh, Coconut Lagoon doesn't last." Bro, you're not spraying enough. I tend to not spray that much compared to other people, but dude, 7 sprays gets me great projection, good longevity. I think people are doing 3 sprays of this thing and expecting a beast mode performer or something like that. And then Rasasi Huas Tropical. This is a clone of Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Paradise Garden. With this fragrance, you get mint, tonka bean, coconut, obviously. You get some fig, you get some nice aquatic notes. This fragrance, to sum it up, is just a heavier Paradise Garden. So, a heavier Paradise Garden in the sense as the tonka bean's a little heavy, a little heavier. The mint is a little heavier as well. And less of a super aquatic light opening, kind of more of a heavy coconut opening. But both these fragrances are great. Huas Tropical 67% to 33%. Best Boss fragrance. So, I'll put this into perspective, right? I have 2 Hugo Boss fragrances. If you were to ask my girlfriend the best one, my girlfriend would say Hugo Boss Bottled EDT. But if you were to ask me the best one, I would say Hugo Boss The Scent Magnetic. But both of these fragrances are great. Boss Bottled EDT, primarily you get woodsy cinnamon apple kind of fragrance. And then with Boss The Scent Magnetic, it's kind of like a fruity vanilla, fruity super rich vanilla. So if you want more of a warmer fragrance, more fruity, playful vanilla, go The Scent Magnetic. And if you want kind of more of a classy signature, go Boss Bottled. But Boss Bottled Bold Citrus is great as well. I really need to get that one. How I smell Marwa. I've not smelled Marwa, but I have 2 things that are cloning. Imagination, which is what Marwa is cloning. Bottled Absolute is goated. I really wanted to try Boss Bottled Absolute. Isn't it discontinued now or what? Thanks, man. Aaron, no problem, man. Yeah, no problem, man. Here we have not really a good matchup, but Amir Al Oud going up against Legend Eau de Parfum. Great fragrances here. Just not the best matchup, unfortunately. So, Amir Al Oud, Intense Oud. This is my fragrance of the day today. This is a clone of By the Fireplace from Maison Margiela. This fragrance, it's like a woodsy, smoky, burnt marshmallow. It does smell like you're sitting by a fireplace and maybe you, I don't know, dropped a marshmallow in the fire, or you're making s'mores, right? You can smell that burning hot marshmallow. Super good fragrance here. And then Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum, more of kind of like your clean signature sort of scent. You get some woods, a little bit of leather, a violet leaf note, a little peppery, but just a super clean signature scent. Between this matchup, it's really the big difference is, would you want a clean, woodsy, masculine, citrusy scent, or kind of more of, well, I'm holding it the wrong way, or kind of more of like a smoky campfire sort of scent. I know a lot of people do like that smoky campfire scent, but it seems like for this matchup, at least as far as this matchup goes, Legend Eau de Parfum, a little more of a people-pleasing fragrance. I have a buddy selling Bold Citrus. How much and what size? Because I don't know. I mean, I'm not in the biggest rush to get it, but it would be nice to have. But I also think it depends how much it hits for on like discounters and stuff. Because I smelt it in my Dillards and I thought it was amazing. Like super sharp, citrusy fragrance. Like it hits you. It hits you. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like sharp citrusy fragrances. I love sharp citrusy fragrances. 100 ml. I know he wants less than 100. See, I mean that's not the worst, but I feel like on discounters it probably. I don't know. I need to see how much it is on discounters. Next fragrance matchup we have right here, but Bold Citrus is great. I wonder why your friend is getting rid of it. Although I feel like maybe to some people it's not as far as like a designer citrus fragrance goes, it's not very mass appealing. But it's still a very mass appealing fragrance, I would say. Here we have Kamra Kawa. Again, not a very good matchup here, but who cares? Not me. Kamra Kawa versus Shiaka Blue. Bam, great fragrance right here. Fragrances right here. Again, same situation as last time. Great fragrances. Just not a very good matchup. I need to move this over a little bit. Bro, just let me move this over. Someone already voted for Shiaka Blue. I bet that was Budget if he's still in here. So, Kudlaw's Shiaka Blue. With this fragrance, you kind of get like it's a nice, powdery, sweet, slightly floral fragrance. To me, the powdery vibe in here kind of smells like this powdery or like frosted cereal, like Fruit Loops, something like that. It doesn't straight up smell like Fruit Loops, but it definitely to me has this sort of frosted cereal vibe. I don't know how to explain it, but it smells super, super good. Like a woodsy, powdery blue fragrance that has a frosted vibe. I don't know. Very good fragrance here, though. And Kamra Kawa, good fragrance here as well. With this fragrance, cinnamon pralines, candied fruits, vanilla, coffee, obviously. If you guys do not know, Kawa is... Well, I have hiccups, I'm sorry. Kawa is coffee in Arabic. So, Latafa Kamra, coffee. Obviously, gonna have a nice bit of coffee in there. I love Kawa. Yeah, Kawa is for sure a great fragrance. And it is going to be for people who like more sweeter fragrances, but it's also going to be for people who just want a good compliment getter. So Kamra Kawa won 67% to 33%. Willie, what's going on, my man? How's your day going so far? All right, here we have, again, not a very good matchup. This last have in this round is going to be a little bit of a better matchup here. So here we have Aqua Dubai going up against Amber Eve. So, not the best matchup, but it's okay. Aqua Dubai smells like Louis Vuitton Imagination. A lot of citrus. Oh, I'm okay. A lot of citrus, husky, dry down. And then you also kind of get a more expanded fruity vibe with this one. But yeah, it's such a good, you get like a pineapple note, but to me, instead of being like a way more fruity Imagination, it's just, I don't know, a tiny bit more clean than like Full House or something. But yeah, good fragrance. Scent of the day, Omar's Gatekeep. Well, Willie, if you're gonna gatekeep, you can just get out of the live, buddy. Kawa will definitely fill a room too. Made a mistake wearing it to the gym one time, way too heavy. Yeah, I think it's too heavy for a gym set. One time I didn't realize like how many sprays I did talking about the original Kamra. So I did like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. No, Willie, I was just kidding. You better stay in here. So I went 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and I was potent around the school. Amber Eve, you get amber and vanilla, obviously. I believe you get a bitter orange note, and you also get a labdanum note. Very, very good fragrance here. And for a budget vanilla fragrance, I think it's one of the best budget vanilla fragrances. Yeah, really good. Again, Aqua Dubai is the most expensive here on this list. At least I paid $54 for the 100 ml. So although I said I was going to try and keep everything under $50, you can still get like a 2.5 ounce of this one for well under $50. But yeah, super, super good fragrance here. Nice cleaner clone of Imagination or a nice vanilla compliment getter. It really just depends what kind of style fragrance you enjoy. I really like both of these though. But yeah, and what is everyone's scent of the day if you guys have not let me know yet? I'm wearing Lattafa Amir Al Oud Intense Oud clone of Mason Margiela's by the fireplace. It's a good compliment getting, what's he saying, you know? Just got off the phone with my buddy. He wants 50 for his 100 ml of bold citrus. That's not bad. If it was summer, I'd definitely pick it up, but I don't know. I don't think I need it. Yeah, I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it. I need to stop spending money is what I need to freaking do, dude. But yeah, y'all, we need at least one person to vote because it's tied up 50-50 right now. Aqua Dubai and Amber Eve, both fragrances, full bottle, Aaron. Hey, Willie, I'm telling you, Willie, $50 for 100 ml? That's a great price right there. I would buy it. I would love to buy it, but I need to freaking save some money, man. Any good cheapies? Ethan, Amber Eve is great right here. It's like $17 for a great amber vanilla sort of scent. Rasasi Hawass Ice is just like a good, clean, minty, sugary, sweet sort of fragrance. Both of them are great. Nobody in my area, Texas, wants it. He had it on Marketplace for like 3 months. Damn, dude. And I would imagine something like that, you know, like a citrusy fragrance, I would imagine that would have like sold pretty well. Wait, I just put both those fragrances away. I don't know why I did that. Where's Amber Eve? Amber Eve won 67% to 33%. Tell him we'll give him 40. Oh, damn, dude. Was he gonna lowball his friend? About to get Liquid Brun and Marwa. Nice. So my experience with Liquid Brun wasn't that good. It kind of had like this gross cardboard sort of vibe. The clone of Altair that I really enjoy, this is Twist Heritage number 137. Now, I'll be fully transparent. I got this fragrance sent to me in another one in a PR package, but if I don't like a fragrance, I'm not going to recommend it, and I'm not going to wear it especially. But I've actually worn this one a decent amount of times, and I love it. Like, personally, I think it's really good. I'm sure it might not be as strong, but it was just better than Liquid Brun. But yeah, Sawbank, good pickups for you. I hope you enjoyed. He said he would take 40. Damn, but I don't want it. Not my favorite scent. Oh, damn, gotcha. I have Kamarkawa right here. Kamarkawa is my go-to right now. Hey, great go-to for sure. Really good fragrance. Please make sure to drop a sub, drop a like for future content. Since we are on the topic, I'm going to be giving away a bottle, not this bottle, but a brand new bottle of Kamarkawa when I hit 5K. So if you want to be able to enter that giveaway and be eligible, make sure you guys drop a sub and stay tuned for when I hit 5K. Here we have Hawass, the original, versus Hawass Tropical. Good matchup here. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Could always try to resell it. Could always try to resell it to someone in a live. There you go. It's not a bad idea. Here we have Rasasi Hawass. With this fragrance, you get a sugar note, you get an aquatic note, you do get a cinnamon note in here as well, and some floral notes, but this just kind of smells like Paco Rabanne's Invictus EDT, a little bit more heavy, and the big differences are you get plum and cinnamon. Although it doesn't sound like it's that big of a difference, it definitely does make the scent a little bit heavier and makes it a lot more pronounced. Rasasi Hawass Tropical, very different fragrance, right? We could not be talking about two more different fragrances here. Like, they are not the same at all. Hawass Tropical is a clone of not an Invictus or anything from Paco Rabanne, but Jean Paul Gaultier's Paradise Garden. With this fragrance, you get coconut, mint, you get coconut, you get mint, you get fig, you get an aquatic note, you get tonka bean. Really good fragrance, and this one just reminds me of pretty much Paradise Garden, but with a heavier tonka note and a heavier mint note. Bold citrus is nice, just boring in my opinion. I love the opening, but I will say it definitely does get a little boring off the dry down. Anything for $15. So Amber Eve, I've seen it as low as like $14, but I would say to try that one out. Caid Al-Farsan, depending on if there's a deal, you could find this one for under $15, but Caid Al-Farsan is normally like $17, but still around that price. I would say go Amber Eve, which is the first one I showed you if you want more of a warm vanilla scent, and go Caid Alforsan if you want like a juicy pineapple scent. Hawas, is it the original Hawas? Yep, Hawas won 53% to, or 57 to 43%. I've gotten to where citrus is boring. I mean, I could definitely see how some citrusy fragrances do tend to be boring, but for me, like, I will always rock citrusy fragrances because they're easy to wear. You really won't have people like complaining about your fragrance if anyone does complain. And in my experience, fresh fragrances get me way better compliments. Hawas Ice goes for about 20 in some places. Hawas Ice, yeah, that'd be a good one as well. Like Hawas Ice, even like Fakar Black is a good one. Is Caid Alforsan for winter? No, Caid Alforsan, it's going to be more of a year-round scent. But I would say, you know, you could for sure wear it in the winter. Like, it's not snow. So I'm up in Montana. It's not like snowing a crazy amount, but it's been cold, and I've still been wearing it pretty regularly. Phil Rifficott is a good dupe for YSL Baby Cat. Dude, I smelled Baby Cat. I did not like it. Like, the real thing. I didn't smell a clone of it or anything, but it smells like a really good vanilla, but like with a football. I don't know. It has a, like, it smells like someone fucking just booted this football straight into my nose, dude. We have Kamra Kawa going up against Legend Eau de Parfum. I'm an oud head. I need to try more oud. Gets to 10 degrees Celsius. So you think QR? What? Okay, here we have Lattafa Kamarakawa. Kamarakawa, you get cinnamon, pralines, candied fruits. You get vanilla. Super, super good fragrance here. You get a coffee note in there as well. If you like a warm, boozy, vanilla coffee sort of scent, you will love Kamarakawa. Now, one thing I have heard people say is it kind of smells like a Christmas candle or like a Halloween candle. And I won't lie, I can kind of see it, right? It does have like kind of a Christmassy candle vibe, but it's much more high quality than that in my opinion. And then Legend Eau de Parfum with this fragrance, right? You get some woods, you get a violet leaf note, you have a leather note, some peppery notes. The big difference, more of a clean year-round signature sort of scent, or more of like a boozy, seductive date night scent right here. Yeah, both great fragrances, but definitely different. Is the projection and longevity good on Fakar Black? So I get like a whole school day of longevity at least. You know, like I can smell it on me. I get a decent amount of compliments. So I would say, you know, if you like work in an office or you go to school or something like that, like it'll for sure last you throughout a shift or throughout your school day. But if you're going to be like outside sweating a lot, then it may not last a long time. Will Caid Alforsan perform well in 10-degree weather? Well, what is 10 degree? If you're saying 10 degrees Celsius, I have no clue how much that is because I'm a dumb American, so you know I just say Fahrenheit for everything. I would say, I mean, I still think that Caid Alforsan would be like it can work in the winter for sure. That's not going to be its main uses, but if you get it and use it as like a signature scent, you could for sure wear it in the cool weather. If 10 degrees Celsius is cool, I have no clue. Isn't that like 40? Yeah, I was about to say like 30 degrees, but yeah, 40. Oh yeah, 40 degrees. You'll be fine with that. Okay, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll be fine with that for sure. If it's only getting down to 50, hell yeah, dude. Dude, yeah, you could totally get away with Caid Alforsan. For sure, for sure, for sure. I get 5 to 6 hours on Fakar Black. It's still solid, though, for like 20 bucks. I'm back. Welcome back, gamer. I've not tried anything from Just Saw, unfortunately. All right, Kamarakawa won 83% to 17%. 83-17. Where does this fragrance go? It goes down here. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, we got one more matchup from this fragrance, from this round, and then we will have the finale, and we'll see what the best fragrance really was here. Here we have Amber Eve going up against Hawas. I didn't like Kite Alfredon had a weird sweetness. Interesting. Did you get like a whole lot of pineapple or no? Because to me, it's just like it smells like you opened up a can of like pineapples. Like it has like a pineapple juice, pineapple sort of smell, you know? Or like a pineapple and pineapple juice sort of smell. Fragrance World, Amber Eve, Kelowna, Mason Francis Kurkdjian's Grand Soir. Now, this fragrance primarily amber and vanilla. One of the best cheap compliment getters and one of the best cheap vanilla fragrances, in my opinion, right? If you want something that's cheap, you can throw on, you can get a bunch of compliments in the cool weather, I think Amber Eve might be the fragrance for you. And Rasasi Hawass. Similar uses, but more of just like a signature scent, right? You get some citrus for sure, some slight fruity notes. You get an aquatic note in here, some cinnamon, some plum. Really good fragrance. Again, like I said, you can throw it on. You can get good compliments, except this is one that you can throw on whenever, wherever. Great fragrance, right? Dress this one up, dress this down. You want to know why? Because you can. You can do whatever you want with this fragrance. Want to see if Art of Universe is close to Blue Talisman. I want to see if it's close, because now, I don't really want to try Art of Universe. I want to try Trothy Electric, but I would like to try Art of Universe as well. I also didn't care for Art of Universe. I didn't really care for the real Blue Talisman, if I'm being honest. I got pineapple, but I had a candied saffron smell you didn't care for. Oh, you don't care for saffron. Gotcha. Smell good, just basic to me. Gotcha. All right. Rasasi Hawass won 75 to 25%. This is the last battle, so if you guys have not, please make sure to drop a like, drop a sub for future content. When this matchup is done, I'll still give you guys, you know, like a minute, whatever, if you guys want to say your last goodbyes, leave a last comment, something like that. But this is the last fragrance battle. We started with 16 fragrances, 8 different matchups of budget fragrances, and here are the final 2 options, and we're going to see, at least with this, you know, different group of people that came into this live, what the best budget fragrance is, at least that I put out on the table and gave you guys as an option. So, Rasasi Hawass going up against Kamra Kawa. Let's see. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited. Drum roll, yes. Drum roll. I should have done the drum roll and then said the options, but you guys get the vibe. I've not tried Rave Now because I've heard it's very, very, very similar to Kite Alfredon. So, yeah, they're both Latafas. From what I've heard, Rave Now is pineapple heavy than Kite Alfredon, but I don't think you should get both of them if you've ever tried them. If you already have like Kite Alfredon, but Kite Alfredon and Rave Now kind of like replaceable between each other, from what I've heard. Tough battle exactly. Rasasi Hawass, you get plum, you get a sugary note, you get some slight floral notes, some woodsy notes, some cinnamon, and some plum. Really good fragrance, and it smells like Invictus, but with a little bit more body to it. With Kamra Kawa, right, you got cinnamon, pralines, candied fruits, vanilla, coffee. Super, super good fragrance here. Nice, warm, boozy vanilla sort of scent. You can't go wrong with either of these. I know people were saying this is a tough matchup, but yeah, this is really a tough matchup. And especially like when I started doing fragrance lives and stuff, like these 2 fragrances were on the top of the fragrance game. Like I would put these fragrances together on purpose for a matchup because I knew people would want to come in and vote on it. In my opinion, best pineapple you tried is Honor and Glory. I need to try that one. Message held for review. Let's see it. Stankapus. Jason Shank left that comment. He must be talking about his mother. So, yeah. Assad Bourbon is a mix of Stronger With You, Azara the Most Wanted. I've heard that, and I really do want to try it. Never seen the hype around Assad Bourbon. I mean, it seems good, right? I like Stronger With You. I like Azara Most Wanted, so I feel like I would enjoy it. Latafa Kamra Kawa won 100% to 0%. Both of these fragrances, very, very good. You can get good compliments. Great. Both are different from each other, Hawass and Kawa. Exactly, right? I would never put these in a matchup like on purpose, but since the fragrances are kind of in like a random order, you get random matchups, which is why I have this one. Kawa's won by a mile, exactly, for real summer and winter. And that's why sometimes I like to do more like cool weather fragrances in one matchup, right? You know, like just a bunch of cool weather fragrances. And then the next fragrance battles I can do would be like a fresh one, you know, a fresh a whole bunch of fresh matchups. But when I do kind of do like a budget list, you know, I'm gonna mix. Some are gonna kind of get mixed in. Would rather have Amber or reading it like I've never, like I don't own Amber Eve. Amber Eve over Kawa. That's not ridiculous to say, because especially you could look at it as for the same price as Kawa, you could get 2 to 3 bottles of Amber Eve. I think I should get Rave Now from Lattafa. Yeah, I mean Rave Now or Cahiers d'Alforsan, like they're both heavy pineapple scents. I would just say look between those two and see which one is cheaper. Because I've heard they're like very, very similar. But do your research, right? Because of course they could be different. That's just what I have heard. Go for it, Raheen W Stream. Hey, Sal Bank, I really appreciate that. Y'all, Kamarkawa won. I think we already knew that, and I mean, I wouldn't say I knew it was gonna win, but Kamarkawa, especially, you know, Kamarkawa gets a lot of attention, especially when we're talking about budget fragrances. Rave Now is cheaper, then for sure get that one. Hi from Barbara. Barbara, what's going on? For me, Off on Supremacy Collector's Edition, amazing projection and longevity. I really do want to get that one. I really do want to get it. Supremacy Collector's Edition is very good. Yeah, it's for sure on my list. Maybe when the weather warms up, something like that, I would like to get it. But I've also been trying to get more niche fragrances. Okay, bye. Thanks for the help, W Stream. Hey, Raheen, no problem, man. I appreciate you. Hey, again, if you guys have not, please make sure to drop a sub, drop a like. I am going to try to go live tomorrow, but if I can't go live tomorrow, I appreciate the support, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Where are you streaming from? I'm up in Montana. So, yeah, America. Montana. Just order Club de Nuit limited edition. I've never tried it. Never tried it, unfortunately. But I've heard it's good. Chief of DC, peace and blessings. You too, brother. Hey, I hope everyone has a good night. Everyone have a blessed Christmas and New Year's. If I don't see you guys before then, have a good night. See y'all later. Peace, everyone.